Hey guys, so today's video is completely different for me. It is a get ready with me video that I've never done before, but I was going to film my favorites video, so I decided to kind of do both together and use all my favorite products in this get ready with me. So I hope you enjoy and let's see the video. Okay, so the first product in my favorites this month is the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. Now, I used to use this when I was younger and I loved it, and then I just think I kind of experimented with different moisturizers. But this month Sephora was giving this away as one of their 100-point perks, so I was like, oh, I'll just get it again and try it and stuff, and I fell in love again. As you can see, it's nearly half gone. This is just a small size. They do have the bigger sizes, and I think once this has gone out, I may actually get that. Now, I also have ordered on Sephora the new Tarte Rainforest Moisturizing Cream, so I am going to try that out as well. But this definitely, for this month, I've been using this non-stop. So I already have this on my face. It dries in really quickly. It doesn't leave my skin greasy or anything. So definitely a really good moisturizer for people. Next up is my primer that I'm going to put on. It's the Makeup Forever Step 1. I've been using this for ages. I keep getting the small travel sizes. I do have to get a big size, but I was also using, I have it here, the YSL primer. Now it's nearly all gone. I'm like scraping it out. This is really good as well, but it's really expensive. So I don't think I'll get the full size of this, but I am going to get the full size of the Makeup Forever one. So I just put on, and you don't need to put on too much because it'll just go everywhere. So I just put on a little bit, rub it in, and I just put it on gently like this, and then I pat it in. I know sometimes people say not to like swipe it in, but I just put it on lightly and then just pat it in to the skin. So, and it feels really good. It doesn't like agitate my skin or anything. I have like slight rosacea, so I've got like red kind of cheeks and nose, but this seems to work good on it. I did try the Makeup Forever, the green primer. Now, I just went to Sephora and got a sample because it is kind of expensive, so I wanted to try it out. And it does work good on my cheeks, but on my nose, I don't see any difference. So I just don't think it's worth getting it just to kind of cover up a little bit of my cheek. So I just end up putting a little bit more foundation and a little bit of concealer on my nose, and I think it just does the same thing. So for primer, the Makeup Forever, the Step 1 Hydrating is the one I use, and I love that. So I kind of didn't use that much Makeup Forever stuff a few months ago, and now I feel like I have so much stuff because I think I started off, I think my husband got me an eyeshadow palette, and since then I've just been getting loads of stuff. So I did go to Sephora this month and pick up the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation. I had seen so many people use this, so I wanted to try it out, and it is definitely one of my favorite foundations. It is so good to go on. It's definitely worth the hype and stuff. So I'm going to apply this now with my other favorite, which this looks so funny, but it is my beauty blender. I used to have a black one and I got a pink one in a set, which I'll show you in a couple of minutes, but it was Easter recently and we got loads of these little egg holders, and it actually fits my beauty blender perfectly, and there are little holes, so it still kind of gets air to it and dries and stuff. So I was like, that's kind of a good idea if you don't have a proper holder for your beauty blender, because it's kind of gross just to be leaving them hanging around and stuff. So this is definitely a little trick that I have done. So as I said, I had a black one and I loved it, but it's old now and was getting a little bit teary and stuff. So I decided to get the pink one, but when I was online Sephora looking for it, I saw that they have this kit, and this whole kit is actually a favorite as well because there are just so many amazing things. It was $40 and you get a full-size beauty blender, which is $20. So I was like, if I'm going to pay $20, I might as well just pay an extra $20 and get all this stuff. So you get a full-size Laura Mercier lipstick, you get a Becca highlighter, you get a Benefit roller lash mascara, which everyone talks about, you get a Tarte blush, which I'm actually going to show later because I love their blushes, a Deborah Lippmann nail polish, which I haven't used yet, but the reviews aren't that great on it, so I'll have to try that out. You get a full-size Urban Decay eyeshadow and a Makeup Forever lip gloss. So this whole set is $40, worth $122. So when I was going to get my beauty blender, I decided to get this. Now I think it is sold out, but I'm so happy that I got it when I did. So this is definitely a favorite for this month. Really happy with that. So back to the foundation. I don't know if I said what shade I was in. It's R230. Now I did get her to test my skin and stuff just to make sure, because you don't want to spend so much money on a foundation and it not work. So I never actually order foundation online, I think it's better to go into the shop and do it. So I'll just pump a little bit on. Now I'm going to just use my little mirror so I'm closer. I have kind of bad eyesight, so I need to see what I'm doing. So I just pop it on. As you can see, it goes on really good. Now the only thing I will say is it's not full coverage. You definitely have to build it up. When I've seen other videos, I thought it was full coverage the way it goes on some people, but it's definitely like a medium coverage that you can build up. So this is just with one little pump this side of it. So it's definitely a good shade for my skin. And the thing is, you don't want to go too dark with it because it'll just come out looking really bad. So I prefer to kind of go lighter and then be able to build it up. So I just got half of that face done with just one pump. So I put on another. I know some people like to put it on their hand and then do it, but I just put it on the beauty blender. I think it's easier. And then, if you can see, just pop that on. Now, I do find that if you put this on with your fingers, it does go on a little bit heavier. So that is good if you're looking for a really good kind of full coverage of it. I would try putting it on with your fingers. I tried putting it on with my Tarte brush and it didn't go good. So I've just been using either my fingers or my beauty blender. I prefer just to kind of put on the beauty blender than my fingers. I have a Dior, it's their nude air serum, and I have to put that on my fingers as well, and I just don't really like doing that. But if you want it to be full coverage, definitely do it with your fingers. So, and then just bring it down and make sure you don't forget your ears as well. So as I said, this is what it looks like. And just two little pumps on both sides. As you can see, it covers it well, but it's just not full coverage. So what I'm going to do now is just do another pump and then go over bits that need it. Now I do have like breakouts here and stuff, so it needs to be a little heavier. I did have a tiny bit of concealer on them before, but I don't think it did that good a job of covering it up. So as you can see, the more you put on, the more coverage you're going to get out of it. You don't need to do too much near your eyes because I'm going to be putting on concealer. But it just feels really nice. It blends really good with your skin. So it's definitely worth the hype of YouTube. I wish I'd kind of gotten it earlier. And I do think it would be lovely in the summertime. It just has a lovely little kind of luminous look to it as well. So I think that is good enough for now. So as I said, this has been my favorite foundation since I've gotten it. I feel like I kind of don't want to use anything else. I love the L'Oreal Infallible, but since I've gotten this, I just have been going to this a lot. Now what I will say is, as I said, my nose can be a bit red and stuff. So sometimes because the L'Oreal is thicker, I'll just put a little bit around my nose and my cheeks, and then everything else I'll use the Makeup Forever. So that's something as well if you feel like it's not giving you enough coverage. So that seems to be blended in enough for now anyway. So next up, again, as I say, I used to never own anything Makeup Forever, and now it just seems like everything is. So I did pick up their Ultra HD concealer. Now I actually had picked this up before the foundation. Again, I went into the shop and I asked for a little sample because I got the Urban Decay concealer and I got it online and it was way too bright. I actually use it sometimes like for highlighting, but it's expensive, so it kind of annoyed me that I had just picked it up online and didn't go into the shop. So I went into Sephora for this and they gave me a sample and it was a perfect match. This is Y23. So it seems to be really good. I know they have like Ys and Rs and it can be a bit confusing which one to get. So I definitely recommend going in, get a sample, because Sephora is so good with samples, and then you'll know which color to like and stuff. So, and then you can order online, because I do like to get stuff online just because you can get the samples and some more kind of free stuff with it. So it is worth kind of getting a sample and then figuring out what you want. So for the concealer, I see people on YouTube and they do the triangles with them stuff, but when I did that, it just was too much product. So I like to just put like a little bit on my hand and then just take a foundation brush and just put on. Again, as you can see, this is like, I just put a tiny bit and it's really good coverage. So I prefer this than kind of trying to do those triangles. It's just way too much for me. So you can make a triangle with your brush. And again, once I have it kind of with the brush, I'll then go over with the Beauty Blender. As I say, my skin is a little bit bad at the moment, but... And this is kind of more like an everyday kind of look. I'm not going crazy. I'm not doing anything today that I need to be like crazy makeup or anything. So I was going to just a tiny bit on my hand. And I feel like you're not wasting the product then, because like I've been using this a lot, but it is nearly gone already and it is expensive. So I would rather just use a little bit, get it where I need it, and then just, as I say, use the Beauty Blender and just pat it out that little bit more. Again, as I said, I'm not looking for anything too crazy, but that's just kind of enough coverage for what I'm looking for. Again, just blend in with the Beauty Blender. It's such a handy thing to have. I know the Real Technique ones is meant to be good as well, but I just love the original, and it was so handy to get it in that kit as well. So just blend that in. Again, as I said, I'm not going crazy with it. I'm not putting on too much makeup. I don't need to today because I'm not really doing anything. It was more just, I was going to film my video anyway, so I was like, I might as well just do this for a change. So for me, that seems to be good. So those are my favorite foundation and concealer for this month. They just happen to be both Makeup Forever, but they're working really good. So next up, and I'll put my, you might want to just put it in like this to hold. It's just so handy because I think everyone around Easter gets those little eggs, so I just grabbed one of them from my son's collection of eggs he got. So just to set the concealer, this is my favorite. It's the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I actually got a little sample of the Makeup Forever powder, and I did like it because I ran out of this one, and so I was using that. But then when I went back to use the Laura Mercier, I was like, it is just so good. So I just put like a little bit in the cap. Now it is really expensive. I know some people just use this under the eye and then they'll use a cheaper kind of one all over, which is definitely a good idea. But I just have this today, so I just dip my brush in and just powder under, kind of heavy. It's not baking, but that's what it kind of is. So I just focus really under my eye because that's where the most of my concealer goes. And then just brush it off. So again, you're kind of using the product, even though you use a lot under the eye, you're pulling it down a bit, which is good for me. And then I just dip my brush in again and just kind of do it all over the face. So you're not putting on too much then, but it's just getting an all over kind of thing. And again, because I'm just doing light makeup, it doesn't need to be so heavy, but I know if going out, it is nice to kind of use it for baking under the eye with the Beauty Blender and stuff, but I don't need that today. Over my eye, so perfect. So that is the Laura Mercier. Again, I just get the travel size. I think it's so expensive, the big one. Now, it's probably better value, but I was just in Sephora, and so I just picked up the smaller one. As I say, some people just use this Laura Mercier under your eye and then like a cheaper one around the rest of the face, which is definitely a good idea. So I might do that. I can't think of the name. I think it's Airspun that some people use, and that one looks good. So I might just look into that. So far, my favorites have been my moisturizer, my primer, my foundation, my concealer, and my translucent powder. So next up, I'm going to show you eyeshadows that have been my favorite this month, and I was so excited. Actually, it was my birthday this month and I got a gift card, so I got these out of it. Is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. It was $40 and you got the little palette and then got to choose 4 colors, and I think they're $12 on their own, so it definitely was kind of a good deal to do, and especially since I'd never gotten them before, I wanted to try out a few. So I will just go through the colors. This one here is called Fresh. This is Birkin. I think this is Glisten. Yeah, Glisten, and then it's hard to kind of get them out. Topaz. So these are the 4 colors I chose. Again, it's really handy to be able to just make up your own little palette. I stayed kind of neutral because I haven't tried it before, but I'm really happy with these. I think they're really good colors. I kind of heard them being used by people before, so I'm just going to do it really quickly. Again, I'm not going out or anything, so it'll just be a really quick look. So I'm just going to take this brush. It is one of the Bogacious, I think it's pronounced. I got it in my Ipsy bag, so I'm just going to take some of the Birkin Now I will have to use kind of my mirror up close so show you what I'm doing. I just put this in the crease and just go back and forth with it. I'm not going to be too crazy with my eyes, so as you can see, just closer, just going back and forth. It's a really nice color. I think that you could use with a lot of different combinations. It seems to go on really good. Their eyeshadows are amazing. I know they've had a few palettes out and I kept thinking, oh, I'm going to get one, and then they get sold out and stuff, so I was excited just to try a couple and see how that went. So that's literally all I'm going to do with this shadow. So do the same on the other eye. And I say they blend so good. If it's a little bit messy, you can kind of clean it up after. Just gonna bring it up a little bit. That is Birkin on both of my eyes in the crease. And then I'm just gonna take the glisten one and I'm going to put it, I think I have another. This is just a Tarte brush. I got this in my kit, I think it was around Christmas time, and I love it. So I'm just gonna take glisten. And one of my other favorite, I feel like just everything is my favorite, so it's just a good time to do a video like this, is the MAC Fix Plus. I hadn't gotten this before and I got it this month and I love it. It's so handy just for so many different things. So I'm just gonna, now it does kind of spray out a little bit weird sometimes, but I kind of might spray it once and then use it on my face. So I just put a little bit of that on the eyeshadow and then just onto the eye, and it just makes the eyeshadow really pop and look really nice and metallic. Again, I'm just doing this really quick just to show my favorites, but I just think this glisten is such a nice color and it goes really well with the Birkin. So, as you can see, the Fix Plus just makes it really shimmer and nice. You can put it on without it. It is still a really nice color, but I just kind of like the look it gives you. So now that that's on, I'm just going to go back and get some more of the Birkin on this eye and just blend that in a little bit more. Kind of like an orangey gold kind of look. Oh, I am putting on a little bit heavier just so you can see it come up on camera, because I feel sometimes when I do my makeup, it's just too light for filming. You can't really see anything, so it's just a little bit darker. And I think I'm just going to use a little bit of the other color, the topaz, just in the corner of the eye. I'm just going to take a little, just a little brush and put it a little bit just in the corner. Yeah, and it can be a little bit messy. You can fix it up. So the eyes are a little bit crazy, but everything else is going to be pretty basic and nude colors and stuff. So okay, to go just that little bit with the eyes, just show off the eyeshadows, because they really are amazing. I'm definitely going to pick some more to get. So that's kind of what I'm going for. And now I'm going to go back with another brush and just use some of this Fresh to really put it up kind of near my eyebrow and just blend the whole thing in a little bit better. You can see just, it's such a nice color. Again, I think I had kind of heard of it, other people using it. It was familiar to me, so when I saw that, I definitely wanted to get it. I know on Sephora a few of the shadows and even the liquid lipsticks are sold out, so if they don't have them, they might have them in store. Because I'm quite lucky. I think there was one, I think I wanted a pink champagne and they didn't have that, but everything else I was pretty lucky to get. That seems to be just blend that in just a little bit more, and then I just take my beauty blender and just kind of the edges, blend them out just a little bit. One thing that I have been trying recently, which I hadn't before, is Scotch tape to do your wing liner. Now I didn't want to do it on camera today. I was like, it's not the day for trying to film that, but I do feel like it's definitely worth trying it, because I have such trouble with my eyes doing a wing liner, and I just see everyone do them and it looks so easy, but I can't. So now if I do the Scotch tape, it's better than it used to be, so I'm good with that. And just a little bit around the corners, and then, as I said, you can just go back and keep blending it until it kind of matches in together. I'm not gonna spend too long just because I'm trying for the video not to be too long, and it's already 20 minutes, so I'll have a lot of editing. So far, that's the look. As I say, these are the Anastasia Beverly Hills. They're amazing. I really recommend, if you are getting a few of them, you might as well go and splurge and get the palette with the 4, just because it's really handy to have them. I know people have Z palettes as well to put them in, but if you don't, this was just a really good deal, and I'm so happy the way that they turned out. So that's really good. Next up, I am just going to put on some eyeliner in my waterline. This was actually part of my birthday gift this month from Sephora, and I really like it. It's the Marc Jacobs. Just so you can little twirl it. I do love Marc Jacobs stuff, but it's just expensive, so it's not something that I get all the time. But if it's in any of the kind of little gift packets or any of the like Sephora favorites, I definitely try and pick it up. So just again, I just have to look at this mirror. Now you see that just took like 2 seconds. It's just in the waterline. It goes on really nice. And it stays for a while as well. So again, I'm just doing it really quick so you can see it. So when it comes to mascara, I feel like I've been trying so many that I'm like trying not to open them all because it's just such a waste. So I had gotten this months ago. I think it was when Sephora, they were doing a little goodie bag kind of a thing. If you spent a certain amount of money. And so it's the NARS Audacious mascara. So I kind of had it put away, and I kept saying, oh, once I go through some other things, I will take it out. And finally I took it out and I opened it, and I love it. It is so good. Again, I didn't even know what the wand looked like or anything, but here you can see. It's just the perfect size. Sometimes I like the really big chunky ones, but then they get so messy. So this is just the perfect wand. It works really good with my eye. Again, this is kind of hard to do and talk at the same time, but now, I don't know if I'm being like brave or stupid with this one, but I am gonna, and I might have to edit this out, I am gonna try and put on my eyelashes. So, because these are my favorites, and I just got a new pair again. It was my friend's birthday, so I was going out. They're the Ardell Demi Wispies. I'm like really bad with eyelashes, and these are the only ones that I'm sort of okay with. So I do like, if I am putting eyelashes, to try these ones and, you know, see if they can go on as easy as possible. So I use these, and the glue I use is the Duo glue. It just seems to, I saw other people using it, just seems to be a good one. So these two are my combo for attempting to put eyelashes. So let's see how it goes. Perfect. So here they are, they're on. They might not be perfect, but at least you kind of get to see the look of what they're like. So this is what I had forgotten. It is my Anastasia Beverly Hills. I got the brow definer. Now, I had never used the brow wiz, but I did have their pencil. I think I got it like in a Birchbox or something. But again, I went into the store just so they could match me, because sometimes I'm just a little bit afraid to spend money on something. And I know Sephora, you can bring it back, but it's just a hassle. So while I was in there getting a few other things, I decided to go and see could they match me. So that, again, they said medium brown for this. Now my eyebrows are darker. I am blonde, but I kind of like them a bit darker and stuff. This is the side with the actual product on it. Again, it's, when you first get it, it's really sharp, so it's definitely good, but it does wear down a bit. But I still like it for the type of ones that I do. Again, I don't go crazy with my brows, so this seems to be good for me. I know other people are a bit more precise and stuff, so maybe the brow is for them, but I really like this. And then on the other side, it's just a spoolie. So I'm going to do this really quick because, as I say, I don't spend that much on my brows anyway. So I just kind of like brush through them. Again, they're kind of like thick and then they go out a bit, but they're still kind of big, so I just get this side. And then there you go. So I just go and use the other side, my spoolie, and just brush through. I don't even use brow gel, which is probably awful, but I just feel like brows are something that I'm not that caring about. I just feel like once I have something, once it doesn't look like my makeup is all there and stuff, so I just do that. Again, as you can see, it's definitely a darker color, but that's the way I kind of like mine. The other ones are kind of like a more of a reddish color, or they're too light, so I like to do a darker brow. Again, the lighter you do it, it's not going to come out so dark. Like, you can make them really dark or go lighter. These are kind of, I would say, medium for me. Sometimes I do them a bit lighter, but just to show you, you can just brush through here. I also really like the It Cosmetics one. I find that really good, but at the moment this is definitely my favorite. I've had it a few weeks now and I do love it. So this is the Anastasia, the brow definer. Definitely recommend this if you like kind of a fuller brow and stuff, or not to be so precise as the brow is. So this is what they look like. So almost done. I feel like this is a really long video, but next up, my favorite bronzer. It's the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. Now, this is so old. I got it. Again, I think this one might have been like in a Macy's kind of gift bag thing, but I haven't used it up yet and I use it every single day. I have ordered the new Urban Decay one. I think that should be coming either, I think it might be tomorrow or Monday, so I am excited to try that out. I'll definitely either do a video or do something where I let you know how that goes. So I just grab a big elf brush and just go on here. Again, for me, I don't feel like I go too crazy with the bronzer and stuff, but I'm not too precise with it either. I just put it on my cheeks and then bring it down and kind of all over. I know some people are really like precise, but for me, I'll just shove it on. It's more just to kind of warm up my skin a bit. I don't want to go too much. Just a little bit here. I'm not going to be doing much like contouring or anything today. It's more just to show the product. So this is the way I kind of like to use this one. Gonna leave it at that. Again, it's the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. As I said, I use this every day. It's one that I just love. The color, I can swatch it. It's just more kind of a darker bronzer, whereas I think the Urban Decay one I'm getting is more kind of warmer toned, more orangey. So we'll see how I feel. I do have loads left in this. I even use it sometimes if I'm running out, just to put on my arms and my legs and stuff. So I don't know how I still have any left, but again, I don't go too crazy with the bronzer, so maybe, but it's definitely really good product to have. And next up is the blush. This is the Tarte. This is the one I actually got in my Sephora favorites kit. I'm like forgetting. It's called Blissful. These are their Amazonian clay ones. It is gorgeous. It's like a corally pink. The kit, I think I forgot to mention, was like painted pink or something like that. So everything had kind of like a pink tone to it. Now I do have another one, I think it's called Fanciful, and it's way pinker, but this is just a lovely kind of corally pink color. So I'm just gonna pop a little bit of that on. And then I go in with my tart brush and I just kind of blend it around a bit more so it's not so crazy. Next up, I'm gonna do highlight, and I got this in my Ipsy bag this month, and I was so happy. It's Pixie by Petra, and it's in rose gold. It says it's like a beauty blush duo, but to me, this is the blush and the highlight, and you can mix them in together. Now, the blush is lovely. It just doesn't come out as much as some of my other blush, so I've been really using the highlight. You can see it's just a really nice highlight. It goes on really good, so I'm just gonna grab that. I know some people do the Fix Plus on the highlight, but again, I don't want to go too crazy, so I'm just... This is the Pixie by Petra. They definitely have these in Target. I saw them. I think actually in Target it comes with a little brush as well. I was looking during the week. So it's in the rose gold. Definitely a good thing. And I was lucky I got in my Ipsy, so it's perfect. I don't know if I would have spotted it without getting an Ipsy, so I was delighted with that. So that's everything so far. The only thing that I think is left is my lipstick, and this is a combination. I don't always put on lip liner, but I will for this, just because anytime I have been using it, it's been this, the Marc Jacobs. Again, they just kind of twist up. So, and I just do it really light. So again, just doing this really quickly. So that's the pink. It does come out darker on my skin tone, but I find like most kind of pinky nudes do. But again, it's just the Marc Jacobs. Oh, there is a color. It's in Primrosed. So again, I actually got this in my lip kit. I had like a nude lip kit. That's where I got it, and I love it. I've been using it since. I also love in that kit the Tarte Namaste. That's really good, but this so far has been my favorite of the month. Again, I got it when I got like my eyeshadows and my brow definer. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in Pure Hollywood. I kept trying to get it online and it was sold out for so long, and I had never tried any of their liquid lipsticks, so I was really excited to try it out. And when I went in store, they had them all. So sometimes if it's not online, it is worth going into the store just to check it out and see have they got it. So there you go. Again, I've seen other people and it looks like really pinky kind of. On me, it's just like a dark nude. It goes on my teeth a lot. That's the only thing I will say when you're trying it on, because it is really liquidy. It does go on my teeth, so you have to be careful, but it dries really quickly and then it won't budge. So that's one thing just to look out, and I have found that, yeah, you see? Again, I don't know if it's just my teeth or what, but it does go on a lot. But it'll dry soon. A lot of people love this, and then some people hate it and they say it's too drying. I have really dry lips and I don't mind this. So I don't feel like it's drying at all if it is good on my lips. Now what I do is, and I did it this morning, is I use a lip scrub. So I just use this one. It is Skin Dimitri James. I got this in my Ipsy months ago, and like that, it's just a really nice scrub. As you can see, I've used it a lot, but there's still so much in it. So I just used this morning when I was like cleansing my face and stuff. So I think if you kind of prep your lips enough, it's okay. Now the first time I put it on, I hadn't, and it was a little bit flaky, and I was like, oh no, people were right, it's just not gonna work on me. But once I did kind of a scrub and stuff, then I find that it does work a lot better, and it doesn't dry my lips. It does last a good while, but not as long as I thought. I did wear it out at the weekend, and I did have to kind of reapply it and stuff, and I was kind of drinking and stuff and eating, so you know, it will come off at some stage, but I'm really happy with it. I do want to try a few more shades and stuff, so definitely the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipsticks. If you are going to get it, I would make sure just to do a scrub and just make sure your lips are in good condition, because if they're not, no matter what you put on, it's going to flake. It's not going to look good. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and comment below. Let me know what you thought of this style video, because I haven't done one before. But thanks a million for watching. Bye.